if you just watched that clip, then I'm sure that you have figured out that my announcement is that we are expecting. We are expecting baby number 4. It was the newest surprise for us for 2020. Thankfully, this time it's a good surprise. So, yes, we have 3 older children. We have 16-year-old, 13-year-old, and an 11-year-old. So it has been 11 years since I have had a baby. So it's almost like I'm a first-time mom again. But we're very excited, and it's kind of been the reason I've kind of not posted in a while. I've not been feeling well. With my other 3 kids, I had no morning sickness, no issues whatsoever. And this time around, I finally know what nausea is. I haven't been actually throwing up or getting sick, but I just feel nauseous pretty much all day. It's really bad in the morning and really bad right before bed, and then in the middle of the day at different times I also feel it. So I'm learning, what's helping and things that I can do. I've learned that I definitely start to feel nauseous if my stomach ever growls, if I get just a little bit hungry. So I'm kind of having to give myself just really small meals and snacks all throughout the day instead of 3 big meals. So I'm learning that, and that has helped. And I went on Amazon and got some Preggy Pop drops, and those seem to help sometimes. I don't really like the flavor of them. And sweet tarts, I don't know. I've just been trying everything. So if you have any tips for me, leave them down below. Let's see what else is there to say about it. My due date is February 12th. And I've already had several appointments because I had a small issue at my first appointment. My very first appointment, which was just basically confirming the pregnancy with the doctor, they went ahead and did an ultrasound to, just check things out and see how things were. And I couldn't bring my husband with me because of Corona. They just wanted me to be alone. So that's been different because usually I'm used to my husband being able to come to all the appointments. So I was alone, and the sonographer was looking, and she kind of she really wasn't talking to me much, and her face looked weird, I guess I would say, and I couldn't see what I was looking at. So I immediately thought something was wrong, or maybe I was gonna have a miscarriage or something. And she said, well, let me get a better look. So she does it more, and then she said, yep, it's what I thought. This is a twin pregnancy. And I was just laying there like, what? And I didn't have John there, so I was just taking that information in. And then after a few minutes of silence, she says, but I only see 1 heartbeat. So she's looking around, and she says, yes, I think there's just 1 baby, but there's 2 sacs. So first off, I was like, well, you should have started with that because I've already had like a heart attack over here. But so there's 2 sacs, they're separate. So if it was twins, they'd be fraternal twins. But she could only find 1 heartbeat. The other sac just looked like maybe you could see the yolk or something, but like the little yolk sac, but we couldn't see like a baby or a heartbeat or anything. So I went out in the waiting room and then talked to the doctor, and he kind of made me feel like, well, sometimes the other baby takes a little longer, to, I don't know, get up to speed where the other one, sometimes that happens, but you can find the baby's heartbeat at the next ultrasound. So he said, let's give it a week, and then why don't you come back and bring your husband with you? So I was like, that made me nervous because I thought since he wanted me to bring my husband, that he was going to have, you know, news, like different, or maybe he was thinking that it was definitely going to continue as a twin pregnancy. So we wait a week, and then the next time John goes in with me, and we do an ultrasound, and this time, you know, you could already start to see that the other sac had started to kind of move almost under the sac with the healthy baby. So they confirmed, yes, you know, we'll check you again in a week or two, but it looks like it's definitely, the other sac is not going to be viable. And what happens, and they would call it a vanishing twin pregnancy is what it's called. And what happens is the other sac will just get absorbed, and I guess create nutrients or, you know, whatever for the healthy amniotic sac and everything. So that has been definitely what has happened. I've had, I've had 3 sonograms now. And so the first one was the 2 sacs. I'll try to put a picture up so that I can just kind of show y'all in case anyone's interested or if you've experienced the same thing. But the first one was the 2 separate sacs, and the second one, the sac was starting to already absorb. And then the third one, you can tell it's even a little smaller. So they said that it'll just keep doing that until it gets absorbed, and you won't even be able to see it anymore. But I just thought that was pretty strange. They told me that it's very rare, but even more rare is that this is the second time that it's happened to me. With my last pregnancy 11 years ago with Holden, I had the same thing. My first appointment, they said they think it's twins, but I was, you know, not far enough along. They couldn't hear a heartbeat or see a heartbeat in either. But you know, that it was definitely a twin pregnancy. And then we waited 2 weeks with him and went back, and the same thing happened. And so that was a vanishing twin pregnancy. So my doctor was saying it's pretty rare. It seems like the vanishing twin thing happens a lot with IVF patients. And so, but he said it's rare that it would happen to me twice in a row. So I thought that was pretty strange. But you know, thankfully we do have one healthy baby, and things seem to be going well, and just moving along now. So I wanted to share with you all, and I'm gonna go ahead and at the end of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and put in like a little cooking segment. I'm gonna show you some salmon and like whipped sweet potatoes. So I know that a lot on the channel I mostly do cooking and stuff, so I didn't want anyone to be bored or anything, but I was gonna say that I am gonna also include pregnancy updates, just because well, for one, this is new for me, and I want to kind of document it, just because I don't know, this is just a new adventure, and I'm excited. And for another, I know that there's a lot of people out there who like to follow along and kind of compare notes. You know, you might be out there and be due around the same time as me, and it's just fun to, you know, I guess see videos and compare, and y'all leave me comments with questions or anything. Just, I'd like to get to know you if anyone's following along for the pregnancy updates. I'll try to update as much as I can. Let me know what you're interested in. We're going to be finding out if it's a boy or a girl soon, because since I am 35, I am going to be doing the blood work that will check for Down syndrome and other markers for chromosomal abnormalities, I guess. But with that blood work, it will also go ahead and give you, you know, the accurate sex of the baby. So this is more accurate than an ultrasound. So we're really excited about that. I have, my oldest is a girl, and then my 13 and 11-year-old are boys. So I have both, and I would love either. So I just want a healthy baby, and easy pregnancy and delivery. I'm praying that the world is back to normal a little bit by February, so that when it's time to go to the hospital, I don't have a lot of issues or hoops to go through. I just feel so bad. I hear about people going through deliveries right now, and some of them having to wear masks the whole time, or if they're tested and come back in time. And I'm just praying that, well, not only just for my benefit, I'm just praying that things get better very soon in general for everyone. But anyways, that's the update. So I'll go ahead and show you the cooking part, and you just please leave me comments and let me know anything you're interested in, or if you yourself have experienced a vanishing twin pregnancy. You know, I'm sure there's a lot out there. So anyways, okay, I'm getting a mixture together here. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's like you can't really see. I'm just doing a mixture on the stove of a rub that I'm going to be putting over some salmon fillets, and I'm just going to bake those. So I wanted to show you how I do this. It makes a really good flavored salmon fillet. So right here I have 3.5 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to put in about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. Get that off of our burner. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 tablespoon of onion powder, and then 1 tablespoon of paprika, and then I'm just going to do a little dash of parsley, about more than a dash, and just a little bit of basil. Alright, wondering if I can get up, just scoop up just a little bit of that parsley. I did not mean to pour that much. Alright, so now we're just going to whisk this together over low-medium heat. And it's got this really pretty color. Alright, so I'm going to whisk this for about 1 minute, and then I'm just going to let it sit. And it's going to sit here for about 5 minutes and just cool off a little. And once it's cooled off, I'm going to add about a tablespoon of lemon juice, and then we will be putting it on the salmon. So I have this bag of sweet potatoes here that I got on one of my latest grocery orders, and I need to use them up. I didn't end up doing what I was gonna do with them. So tonight with my salmon, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Instant Pot and try to make a whipped sweet potato to go with that. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. So let's get started cutting these up, and then I'll get them in. Okay, so for my sweet potatoes here, I put 1 cup of water down in my Instant Pot. I'm just gonna stick this right in here. Grab the lid. And I'm gonna do this for manual. Let's just go with 15 minutes, and then we'll do the next part. So I'm just gonna do it in the toaster oven because I'm actually making ribs for the rest of the family in the oven. So I don't know if you can see, I've got my little mixture here that we made, and I'm just gonna start brushing this on to my salmon fillets. It's just really pretty and colorful. That smells really good. Okay, so now when you're baking these in the oven, you're gonna bake them at 400 for about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how thick they are. Now my toaster oven, air fryer thing, it cooks pretty fast and hot, so I'm gonna probably check mine after about 8 minutes, and I'll just, when you're making salmon, you want it to be 145 degrees if you're gonna check the temperature. So we'll just be doing that, and I will let you see how they look as a finished product when they're ready. Okay, so I have my potatoes back in my Instant Pot here. I'm gonna put in 2 tablespoons of butter. And then we're gonna do about 1/4 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. Okay. And then I'm also gonna add in some maple syrup. I don't think I'll start with quite 1/4 of a cup. I'm gonna do about 1/8 of a cup of that. It's just to sweeten it up a little more. And I'm gonna do just a dash of vanilla. And then I'm gonna sprinkle in just a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg. Okay, now I'm gonna whip this up and probably just take a little taste and see if we need it any sweeter or salty or anything like that. Okay, so I did a little taste test, and this, I'm not even kidding, is perfect as is. I don't need to add anything else. That's just the way I like it. So I'm gonna go check on our salmon now, and then I will plate this up and let you see my salmon with mashed sweet potatoes. Okay, so here is our salmon now that it's out of the little toaster oven. It is perfect. I checked the temperature and looked to see, you know, if it was flaky and everything. I did it at 400 degrees for 9 minutes and it is absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna get this on a plate with my sweet potatoes and I will be ready for an amazing supper.